Welcome to another lecture, guys. In this lecture we are going to learn how we can create a spiral or a radial progress ring, and we are going to associate it with our async operation as we did for the progress bar in our last video. First of all, we are going to create a new panel as we did for the last video. To do that, we are going to go to our canvas and we are going to add another panel similar to the loading bar panel or the UI panel. Right click on canvas, go to UI and click on panel. Let's just rename this panel to radial progress and change its color to black, similar to what we did for the last video. Next we are going to add an image inside it. We are going to need a round image for our radial progress ring. To do that, we are going to Photoshop and create a new round image of white or whatever color. Let's hit new, change the width to 500 and height to 500 and hit new. Let's just delete this layer and create a new one and select the elliptical marquee tool. Keep pressing shift so we can create a perfect round for us. Now we have got a round, and let's hit G and give it a color. Let's deselect everything. Now move our circle to the center. Now we have got some extra space around our circle. Let's just hit C and crop the circle out of this image. Let's set this circle inside the crop area. We have to be careful so that we don't have extra space, or we also don't cut out the sides of our circle. So it should be perfectly inside the center of our new image. Let's just go to save it as a PNG, change the save as type to PNG and give it name of round. Let's just save it. Now go back to Unity and import that round image inside our assets. To do that, we are going to right click and click on import assets. Go to our downloads folder. We have saved our round over there. Let's just make it a bit bigger. Here is our round. Import it and change the texture type to sprite 2D. Hit apply. Now drag and drop the image on it. Next we are going to change the width and height to 250 and 250 to make it a bit bigger. Next we are going to hit preserve aspect. Next we are going to duplicate our image and make it the child of the same image. We are going to change its width and height to a bit lower to give a radial effect, a kind of a round button effect with a background on it. So let's just change the color of the foreground image to something different than the background, so we have a clear difference with it. Let's change the width and height to 200. Now we are going to create another duplicate of our image. Let's move it a bit above so we see it before the foreground image. Here we are going to change its width and height back to 250 and 250. Now the second image, we are going to change its color to something different because it's going to be our progress ring. Let's change it to something like blue or purple. And now what we are going to do is change the image type to filled. You will notice we have got a fill amount that has value from 0 to 1, and as soon as we change our value to something, it fills the amount and gives a radial progress ring effect to it. Let's change the background to something darker so we see the difference clearly. Now you can see that the progress effect clearly. Now let's go to our UI manager script, and what we are going to do here, we are going to have a reference of our public image and give it name of image, and inside our while loop we are just going to comment out this line and change it to image dot fill amount equals to progress. Let's hit save and go back to our Unity project. Let's wait for it to reload everything. Now inside our canvas, the UI manager has a new slot, and let's just change the panel to the radial progress and change the image component with the slider image that has the fill amount. Now just uncheck this checkbox, hit save, and let's play our scene. As soon as I'm going to click the play, it will show our the progress